All right, we are at the foot of Table Mountain in Cape Town at the middle campus of the University of Cape Town. We are Team UNISA. We're here for the All Africa Moot Court. It's now called the Christof Heyns African Human Rights Moot Court Competition 2025. We have a team, 2 students, a lady and a gentleman, who'll be battling it out with other universities from across the continent. Quite a number of students are here. Quite a number of academics and universities from across Africa are here to battle it out. It's a human rights case that they're arguing before the African courts. So they're given effectual metrics. They are supposed to go look for the necessary legal frameworks, international treaties, case law that they can use to articulate and argue either for the aggrieved party, which is usually the citizen of a particular country, or the respondent, which is usually the government of a particular fictitious country on the African continent. Why is this important? Because the LLB requires an all-rounded practitioner. It requires that when we produce a graduate as UNISA, we produce a graduate who can apply the law practically, which is why we then use our law clinic to ensure that we capacitate our students. And this ties in with one of the 10 catalytic niche areas that UNISA has pivoted itself around, the catalytic niche area of student support. We operationalize, as the School of Law, as the College of Law, we operationalize student support through the law clinic, through the various student engagements that the law clinic has, such as the moot court competitions, street law, and student debate and indaba. So we are here to ensure that our students are able to taste, the inner workings of law at the international level, how human rights litigation works at the African court level, and we're hoping for the best. I'm one of the coaches who's assisting me, has been Dr. Ndlazi, who's been on board assisting me as well. Let me not forget to mention some of the young people that came on board to assist in the coaching of this team, of this year's team. The guys that I worked with who won the inter-regional moot court competition the other year from Cape Town, Mr. Mgidi, Fuyo Msoke, and Lubabalo for Godra. Those have been on board assisting whenever the two of us were busy. They stepped in, they were able to assist, to train the students to be ready for what they're here to do this week. We are crossing fingers and hoping for the best.
Good morning. My name is Dr. Ndlazi. I am one of the coaches for the UNISA All Africa Moot Court Competition, and we are in Cape Town for the first day of the competition. And the program is pretty packed actually over the next 6 days. We're looking forward to hearing arguments, convincing arguments, I would hope, from many teams and regions and continents and universities all around Africa. In fulfillment of the name All Africa Moot Court Competition, the competition in and of itself centers around a human rights issue deliberated between an aggrieved party and a state party. And the African Court for Human Rights has now got to listen to the convincing arguments of the team, as well as make a pronouncement based on the arguments. And a fun part that I always personally look forward to and I relish in enjoying as a trainer and a former participant of Moot Court back in my day as well, is after the preliminary and the main arguments are forwarded by the candidates, the judges get to interact with the students. They get to ask them and pose questions to them as if it were a real court in session. That is when you really start to experience the prowess and the understanding and the confidence and the might of the students. And I am banking all my money on our UNISA team, which was coached again by myself, as well as Professor Dube and all the other participating and assistant coaches which we have made use of. So the first day of the competition, super excited to see how this week ends and how this week unfolds, and I'm looking forward to coming back here in front of you with good news and saying we're holding the trophy.
I'm Ilana van der Berg, representing UNISA at the 34th Christof Heyns International Moot Court Competition. With me, my co-counsel,
Lungile Mnogwa, also representing UNISA at the 34th edition of the Africa Moot Court. Yes.
Today we experienced our first day of actively challenging and bringing arguments on the table against brilliant legal minds from all over the African continent. Today was a true show of mastery of the international human rights and the application thereof. It showed grit and determination from various teams. It's really opened up our perception and our viewpoints and different avenues as applied within this hypothetical case. Mr. Nukwa?
Yeah, I think my highlight for the day will be the feedback from the judges. Quite good constructive feedback, and also the high level of presentations from the students from the various universities. And I must say we're learning a lot. It's on the ground training in terms of your advocacy skills, and what a great opportunity in terms of learning more about the case and how you can refine it. It's been a great experience so far. Looking forward to tomorrow as well. Yeah, so we're going into the third session now. And so far, the first two sessions have been wonderful. We got to do a presentation as an applicant and again as a respondent. The questions have been extensive. They are around statelessness, migration, withdrawal of nationality, rights to liberty, security. It's been extensive, but we've been enjoying it. The judges have also been asking us questions based on the presentations, and we're quite impressed with even the other university students which have been here. They've also made compelling submissions as well. So we're really grateful and enjoying this opportunity.
The feedback that we have received after every submission made before the Moot Court judges has really equipped us to be where we are, arguing our third round today of oral arguments. The feedback is received it's so great to get feedback from brilliant legal minds, and that we are very honored to be up against brilliant legal minds in the making. We are honored to actually be part of this competition and the benefits that it would provide for us in our future endeavors as attorneys and advocates, and especially advocates on international human rights and the obligations to people, and specifically within Africa. We are really grateful to be here. We are grateful that we can represent UNISA in this competition. The struggles as a distance learning student, I don't think everybody would fully comprehend how difficult it can be, but we are grateful for all the support that we have received so far from our professors. It's been amazing, and we are very honored to be representing UNISA. UNISA!